how's your night shift today? Do you think you can come home soon? You can take a bath as soon as you get home.
Thanks, Lena. But I might not be able to come home again today.
Really?
I just got a call from the nurse. My patient's condition is getting worse. He may go straight into emergency surgery.
Okay, so you won't be able to come home.
I'd rather sleep in my bed at home. I've been sleeping here for 5 days in a row. I'll definitely be home after this.
Okay, I hope your patient will be all right. And I'll make your lunch and bring it to you later. I know it's hard work, but you need to eat.
Thank you. I've been able to work this hard because of you. I'm looking forward to it. I'll call you when I leave here.
Hello, Lisa. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I had to throw away Doctor's lunch because he didn't need it.
What?
Dr. Kyle is going to have a delicious lunch with me. That's why I had to throw it away. Thank you for delivering it to the hospital.
First of all, will you tell me who you are?
I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Sarah. I'm a nurse at Green Hill Hospital. I'm the one who received Doctor's lunch.
Ah, you are the nurse from earlier. I'm Kyle's wife, Lena. By the way, what do you mean by having lunch with my husband? My husband is on duty, and I don't think he has time for that.
That was actually my misunderstanding. I stopped him from leaving by mistake.
What? Mistake?
I thought one of his patients was in an emergency. I was so careless. I felt terrible, so I asked him to have lunch with me. I had just finished my night shift and was hungry too.
I see. So you are going to have lunch together?
Dr. Kyle is such a gentleman. He made a reservation at a nice restaurant. He's always calm in the hospital and he's never overbearing. He really is the man of my dream.
Thank you for the compliment on my husband.
I have many nice things to say about Dr. Kyle,
but his wife is... How could someone like you manage to marry Dr. Kyle?
I couldn't help but laugh because you two are poorly matched.
What do you mean?
I thought Dr. Kyle's wife was a gorgeous woman, but you are just average. You have an average body too. I can't believe someone like you is his wife.
I don't need you to tell me what I look like.
No, I have to say it. If you were beautiful, I would have given up too. But I can't let this happen. You're not worthy of being his wife. Please divorce him.
Why should I? You're just a fellow nurse.
I am, but I would make a perfect wife. I'm prettier, have a much better body, and most importantly, I am younger than you. He would definitely be happier with me every day.
Huh?
I'm a good cook too. You need to consider its color coordination if you make lunch. I've never seen such a boring fried chicken lunch. How can you bring such lunch to your hard-working husband?
It's none of your business. My husband loves fried chicken. He loves it so much that he can eat 10 of those. That was a special lunch for my hard-working husband.
You don't understand. The color of a lunchbox is just as important as the taste. This is why I hate ugly people. People who don't have a sense of beauty reflected in their lunch.
What?
That's why I threw away your lunch. Dr. Kyle asked me to do that too.
What?
He doesn't need a wife who can't even make a good lunch for him. I'll make his lunch from now on. Well then, please prepare for divorce as soon as possible.
Lena, I'm going home now. They canceled the emergency surgery. I had lunch with my coworker. Hey, Kyle, is there something wrong with the lunch? Didn't you want fried chicken?
Huh? What's going on all of a sudden, Lena? I love everything you make. You always put my favorite food in my lunchbox.
But you chose lunch with Sarah over my lunch, didn't you? You should have brought it back rather than throwing it away.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I haven't thought about how it looks. I just put things you like.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Throwing away my lunch? And how do you know Sarah?
She contacted me just now. She said she'd had lunch with you and threw away your lunch. I'm sure you two had a nice lunch. Did you ask her to throw away the lunch I made?
Wait a minute. Did she throw away my lunch? I didn't know you brought me lunch.
What?
If I had known, of course I'd have that. I take it home and eat it at home. There's no way I would throw away the lunch you made for me.
But Sarah said she threw it away. I delivered your lunch right away.
I didn't receive it. That's why I had lunch with Sarah. She said she wanted to apologize for the mistake she made. I didn't know you brought me lunch.
Did Sarah throw it away to have lunch with you?
I should have said no to lunch. I'm sorry I went out to lunch with her. It was thoughtless of me to go to a restaurant with another woman.
That bothers me a little, but it's hard to say no when she wants to show her token of apology.
And there's another reason why it's hard to say no. She's our head nurse's daughter.
Really?
She joined us this year. The head nurse has been so kind to me. That's why I couldn't say no.
That's hard to say no to.
I definitely didn't have any motives. I'll be careful about the distance from now on. I won't let anyone throw away my beloved wife's lunch again.
Thanks, Kyle. I'm glad you're going to be careful with her too. She seems to have a big crush on you.
Does she? That's why she was acting strange around me. Once again, I'll be careful with her.
Can you divorce Dr. Kyle soon? He's decided to marry me.
Excuse me?
Kyle loves my cooking. He says, "Your lunch is so colorful. I'm sure you'll make a good wife." Don't you think this is a proposal?
No, not at all. He was just being nice to you.
No, that was Dr. Kyle's way of approaching me. He is trying to be careful because he's married. I can see that.
Ah.
Besides, Dr. Kyle has been talking with my mother in the hospital often. My mother is the head nurse at this hospital. She's the most important nurse in the hospital.
He told me that. Why is it a big deal that my husband was talking to your mother?
It sounded like they were talking about me. He must be talking to my mother about marrying me.
What?
He is making sure everyone is happy with our marriage. A good doctor has a unique and excellent approach. I'm falling more and more in love with him.
Do you really believe that? My husband is just talking to your mother about...
I can't think of anything else. It's about me. So please divorce as soon as possible. A woman like you is not suitable for him. He does not need a useless wife.
Don't you know who my wife is?
What?
I can't believe you would think like that. You still don't seem to know anything about my wife. You continue to surprise me.
Wait a minute. Are you Dr. Kyle?
Yes, I'm with Lena right now. I asked Lena to come to the hospital.
What?
I was just about to call you too.
Will you come to the director's office now?
Oh, I see. I understand everything. You two are going to sign the divorce papers in front of everyone. I'm sure your wife will give up on you. That's a good idea.
Excuse me?
I'm heading to the director's office right now. I can't wait to see your wife's sad face. We can also sign the marriage document on the spot if you want.
Will you please stop it? I'm not divorcing my wife. I want you to come to the director's office to apologize to my wife.
What? My apology? Why?
Because you made my dear wife feel uncomfortable. We are not getting a divorce, and I am not marrying you. Apologize for your misunderstanding.
Why do you say that? You were talking to my mother. You were asking about our marriage.
I was asking her to move you to another hospital. It was a business discussion.
What? Am I going to move?
I let the head nurse know that I was extremely annoyed with you. I was discussing with her about transferring you. The head nurse has the personal authority over our nurses.
What?
By the way, I've invited your mother to the director's office too. Now that both parents are here, I will ask you to apologize to my wife.
What's with the public apology? Did you invite your wife's parents?
What are you talking about? My wife's parents are already in the director's office. My wife is the director's daughter.
Huh? Wait a minute. Lena is the director's daughter? The director of our hospital?
Yes. I would have thought even a staff hired this year would know that. It's pretty well known that I married the director's daughter. My patients know about it too.
You're kidding. I didn't know anything.
Then you just heard about it. I'll be waiting for you in the director's office. You'll apologize, and then we will order the transfer. Thank you for coming to the hospital today, Lena. I'm sure she won't give you any more trouble now.
She has been transferred to a different hospital. Thank you for arranging this meeting. Getting a formal apology from Sarah and the head nurse was nice.
I did what I needed to do as a husband and a doctor at the hospital. And more importantly, the director was angry about the whole thing. He wanted them to apologize in front of him.
The way my father looked at Sarah was terrifying. Sarah stood like a deer in headlights.
I can leave early today, so let's go out and have something delicious. I'll take you to a nice place to apologize for the trouble I caused.
Sounds great.
Good. And we've hired a new doctor. It'll be easier for me to take time off from now on. I'm sorry I'm always working, but I'll make more time for you.
I'm so glad. Well then, come home soon. I'll get ready to go out. Please, send me back to the main hospital. I don't want to work in this old hospital anymore. I want to work in a modern hospital. Could you please ask your mother? I can't do anything about it. She won't do anything. She doesn't even talk to me at home these days.
Oh, wow.
That's why I have to rely on you. You're the director's daughter and can do this for me. Please, pretend that you've forgiven me for everything. Convince your father, please. You've got to help me get back to the main hospital.
I don't think so.
Director was very scary, but he will listen to you, right? He'll make anything come true if you ask him. I can't deny that. Thankfully, he didn't say no since I was a little girl. Then please help me return. Use the authority of the director's daughter. Please ask the director to return me to the main hospital. Then I'll see if I can convince him to fire you. Huh? I can't say anything about hospital personnel matters. But if you say so, I'll use my authority as much as I want. Wait a minute. I didn't ask to be fired. I'm asking you to put me back in the main hospital. Can't you read? You are a terrible person. Am I a terrible person? I work at many hospitals as a volunteer. Huh? Volunteer work? Yeah, I organize events at the hospital. I recently visited the hospital you work for, and you have a terrible attitude. You were lying to everyone that you were an elite nurse from the main hospital. I've seen you bullying around. Huh? You also treated the patients coldly. Everyone is sick, but you're just rude. It was very uncomfortable to watch. I was a little busy with work, so... I heard about you from other nurses. I will put this all together and report it to my father. I don't want my father's hospital to have a bad reputation. What? Your mother has been working so hard for the hospital. That's why I just asked for your transfer. But it's too late. I can't stand your rudeness. Oh, please wait. Please don't fire me. There is no other hospital I want to work for. Please, I'll change my attitude, so please forgive me. Excuse me, I'll release you from the old hospital now. Sarah was fired from my dad's hospital. Her mother, the head nurse, was embarrassed about her daughter. She kicked Sarah out and told her she would cut ties with her. Sarah is working for another hospital now. Until now, she had been bragging that she was the head nurse's daughter and forcing her job on others, so she doesn't remember her job as a nurse at all. The patients call her an useless nurse. She is all alone at work. By the way, my husband seems to be busy as usual. He still loves my fried chicken lunch. As a wife, I will do my best to support him.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.